today I'm going to do a video about brushes, because I thought it's something that I didn't really know much about, didn't have very many at first, and I think with everything, if you've got the right tools, you can do so much better with whatever you're doing. So I think brushes are really important, but there's so many out there, and I do think you only need a certain few. I've bought some and I thought, that was probably not worth getting, and then others I couldn't live without, and I've bought quite a few of. So I thought I would just run through a really quick video just to show you the brushes that I use on an everyday basis and the ones that I find really helpful. So the first brush that I would use to put on my face makeup, mostly BB cream, and I have a lot of Real Technique brushes, so I think they're really good and they're good prices. So yeah, the first one is the Real Techniques sculpting brush, and the good thing about these is they say all the time you don't have to use them for what they're meant for. So okay, I guess this one's supposed to be for contour, and I personally wouldn't use it for contour because I find it quite stiff, and I like to have a little bit more give, so I don't go too heavy. But this is perfect, I think, for blending in and getting under your eyes, getting around your nose, and all around the the shapes of your face. So that's what I use to blend in my makeup, and I think it makes it look really flawless, and it buffs it into the skin really well, so it stays on all day. And then so the next one, again, another Real Techniques, and this is the setting brush. I find this is really good to blend in my concealer under my eyes and around my nose and anywhere else you're going to kind of blend it in. It buffs it in really nicely, and this is one that I wouldn't live without, and I've actually got another one of these for something else as well. But that I used to use a beauty blender to blend in my concealer. But I found that it made it go a little bit blotchy, and it might have just been how I was using it, and I don't... Okay, sorry about that, where was I? So yeah, so that was the setting brush. Okay, let's just stay on the face for now then. Contour brush, this is a MAC 160. I use this one for contouring, although it does molt. I do find the MAC brushes molt, I guess because it's real hair, and Real Techniques use synthetic hair, which doesn't molt. But it's still nice, and it's soft, so I can control the how much contour I'm putting on. I use that one. I also love this one. It is Look Good, Feel Better powder brush. I think I just got it from Boots. I guess that's the brand, Look Good, Feel Better. But it's so soft. And I just use this to put bronzer all over my face if I'm just going for kind of like the bronze look, no contouring. And it's one of my favourite brushes, actually. I just love using it. It's so soft. So, and that was, fairly cheap. So that's a really good one. I definitely wouldn't live without this one. And then the blush brush from Real Techniques. And I like this one because it doesn't pick up too much product. So you get a nice light blush, rather than sometimes you put it on and you think, oh, I've gone all dark there. So yeah, that's a good blush brush. You get that one, and it stands up on your dressing table while you're using it. I quite like that. Okay, so then the setting brush again, I use that for highlight. I really like using that one for highlight as well, because it's not too big, so because you don't want loads of it all over your cheek. So I find that's a really good size to put highlight on. So that's the setting brush again. And then I got this brush, and it's Spectrum, and I got this again from my Birchbox box. And I use this one if I'm just putting a little bit of powder around my T-zone. I find that picks up just the right amount. It's a nice size. So eye brushes, I've got loads of eye brushes, but the best ones are the Real Techniques base shadow brush, just for putting it all over your lids. I like that one. I like the, I've got a Sigma E25 blending brush, which is nice just to blend out around the crease, just for blending. And I quite like this one. It's just called B. And it's an angled blending brush, so I like it to blend around the outer corners. sometimes when the Sigma kind of isn't quite precise enough, that's got a nice edge to it, so I really do like that one. And also the Zoeva Luxe Petite Crease Brush 231. This is so nice for putting colour actually just in your crease. It's really precise and it gets it right in there, so you can have the colour where you want it, not kind of spread all over the place unless you're blending it out. I've just got to mention this Makeup Geek Outer V brush, and it's quite stiff and it's a little round brush, I don't know if you can see that, and that is, I've used it once now I think for the outer corner, and actually I do quite like it. So like I said, I've only used it once, so I can't really comment on it, but I would say that is quite useful, but not one I use every day. That I believe is everything. I do have two Real Technique liner, gel liner brushes. And one of them's a brush and one of them's the silicone one. And I'm not entirely impressed with either of them. The brush one, I find the brushes kind of get, you know, all separated, so then you end up having to with lines all over your eyes when you're trying to do your liner. And the silicone one obviously isn't as flexible, so sometimes that doesn't move where you want it to, I found. I mean, it might just be that I'm really bad at doing gel liners, I suppose. But yeah, so I still haven't found a brush that I love for gel liner yet. I'm still working on it. Oh, I forgot about this one. This is the Real Techniques Accent Brush. It's a tiny little stiff brush, and I really like that for putting colour underneath my waterline. That's really precise because I don't like too heavy. So that's nice and thin and it gets right where you want it, and then you can blend it out if you want it a bit more smoky. So I think they're my favourite brushes, and they're the ones that I use most of the time. So it's not that many, so if you can get yourself just the basic simple brushes, you can do any makeup look with them. But I would definitely say my favourite, most useful brushes are the sculpting brush for my face makeup and the setting brush for blending my concealer. Yeah, these are a definite must-have, I think, in my book. So I hope that was helpful for anyone looking for some brushes and which ones to get and which ones not to get. And let me know if you'd like me to do any other videos, any reviews or any makeup looks in the comment section below. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!